Matty, congratulations. I can see the scratches. It was almost like, blood, sweat and tears went into that victory. How are you feeling after that 90 minutes?
Yeah, it was important, 3 points with the results that we've now seen. It was important for us to get the 3 points today, and just anywhere they come, we just had to take it. It was a bit of a scrap. We probably weren't at our best. But yeah, it was at this stage of the season, 3 points is 3 points, and we just got to keep building.
We got off to a really brilliant start again. You coming up with the assist to get Luke Berry up on his way. How important have those quick starts been here at the Valley?
Yeah, they are. That's what the gaffer drives into us every day, that we need to start quick here, and it's a big part of our game. We just let ourselves down a little bit at Lincoln because we didn't get off to the starts that we usually get off to. But yeah, we was back at it today, and and then we just come off it a little bit, I think, and allowed them to get a foothold in the game. And but yeah, we always know that we've got that little bit extra, especially when we're shooting towards the covered end second half. And that was mentioned at half time. Actually, the assistant manager mentioned that the covered end are going to play a big part in the second half, and sure enough they did.
Credit to Northampton Town. I thought they were really organised. They were, really aggressive in their press. But the patience in terms of sticking to our game plan, in terms of your winning goal, it was a perfect example of centre-backs combining. You anticipated the Chuks flick on. How did it feel seeing the ball hit the back of the net?
Yeah, literally five minutes before, obviously the ball come at me so quick with my header, and I had to lean back, and I got a good connection, to be fair, and was disappointed to see it at the bar. But I'm one of those that I wouldn't have slept tonight if I didn't score in that game because of that chance. And I always knew that the next chance that was going to come my way, it was going to be a goal. And Chucks does brilliant for the flick on, and I know when he comes on that I then turn into the one that gambles instead of the other way around. And I just gambled on his flick on, timed it perfectly, and put it under the keeper. You're
such an instinctive finisher. In that moment, does all the noise kind of escape you? And it's almost like, right, those times that you're practicing in training, just come into fruition. And then once the goal has been scored, you can really enjoy the moment.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I don't let anything around me affect me. Obviously when you're running through, the noise goes up, but I don't really pay attention to it. I just try and concentrate on my technique, and I know where the goal is. I don't really need to look up, and to see it beat the keeper and heading in is a special feeling, and I'll never get tired of that feeling.
It's really fitting hearing you talk there about the slight disappointment of the opportunity you had a couple of minutes before. When we've gone for coffee before at the Child Athletic Coffee Club, you talked to me all about golf and the mentality. Watching Rory McIlroy at the weekend and that resilience come into mind a little bit. It's so important for sports people to have that nerve and resilience, and you kind of showcase that in a Child Athletic shirt today. Do you like how I'm comparing you to Rory McIlroy there, basically?
I love that. I mean, I'll take that comparison, but he was actually on about that in an interview in the week with Rory winning at the weekend. It's the setbacks that he had, and I'm one of those strikers, like you said. I don't let setbacks affect me. I don't let people getting on my back affect me, because I believe in my ability in front of goal, and that's all I was thinking about today, is just get another chance, and it's going to be a goal.
Conceding the penalty was a setback as well, but the group responded to that. This squad, and I mean each of the starting 11, those coming off from the bench, can always seem to find an answer in the most difficult of circumstances, and that's going to serve us well for the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, it is, and the gaffer reiterates every day that it's a squad game. It's hard for the boys that haven't been playing and are not in the squad, but it's such a squad game. You never know what's around the corner, and injuries happen. But it's important that we keep together like we are, and you're right. We don't give up. We can play in many different ways. We can go long when we need to, but we can also pop it around teams, and we've showcased every dimension of our play really this year. And today we had to show that fight, like last week at Cambridge. 2 difficult games we've had with teams that are down there and fighting for it, but to come out on top with 6 points out of the 2 games is really important.
We've secured playoffs. That's task 1 complete, and I'm sure you and the boys will let that moment savour that. But I know that group quite well, and second place is still on a trip on Monday to Wickham, who currently occupy that place. Must be relishing that opportunity already.
Yeah, it's why you want to be involved in football. It's why I wanted to be involved in football. You want to play in the big games. You want to go out and show people why we need to go out there and show people why we're in the position we are. We all know the tough times that we had before December really come around, and we deserve to be in the position that we're in and a shot at it, because the run that we've been on is unbelievable, and we need to go there and enjoy the moment. We know that we're going to be back by a sold-out away end, and it's up to us to go and stamp our authority on the game and see where that takes us.
Finally, Matty, big game, big match winner from yourself, big crowd as well. How awesome were they today?
Yeah, they were. They were incredible. We knew that it was going to be a big crowd, and like I've said, that at half time it was mentioned that the covered end, I know it's a cliche, but it does suck the ball into the net, and we come on so strong second half. That's not just our fitness, but them behind the goal. It's really important to us, and it was pleasing to get my goal at that end and give them something to go home happy with.
Congratulations and thanks for making